Hi, everybody. It is Thursday night. It's our last night in Athens, and we're cleaning up the place we're staying. And my dog here is exhausted. She's so sweet. She hasn't left my side like all day. She has been wondering what I'm doing. She's been wanting to be near me. When I had sessions this afternoon, she slept outside my door. She's been like so cute and so sweet. It's such love, it's such unfiltered love that we get from these animals. It's so sweet. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I could talk all day about dogs, and everybody would probably love that. But I want to talk about our parts, right? Like, and not parts of self, like inner child, but that oftentimes we have parts that are in opposition, right? For many years, I worked as a project manager for major advertising companies, and the work was fine. It was really hard, and the hours were brutal, and I was very good at it. And then what happened was I started to spend a lot of time doing it, and long hours and late nights in New York City, and I'd come home with two little babies and be exhausted, and hard for me to kind of chip in at home. I also wasn't happy, right? My energy and life force was going so much to this job that the rest of my life suffered. And I had a conflict, right? Because I'm a very creative person, and I have a very creative soul, and I love to paint, I love to draw. I was an animator and a designer before I became a program manager. And I also was asked to organize things and produce things as I was doing animation. So I always had this split. But then, I'm over-indexing on the program management. I'm unhappy at home. My family's unhappy because I'm, not acting very nicely, because I'm burnt out and unhappy. And then eventually I was able to leave that job and do what I really wanted to do, which was start my practice of holistic psycho-spiritual counseling. And I love doing the work. And then I started to go to the other side, and I was like, I don't want to project manage at all. Forget it. I'm not going to manage anything. I'm just going to do my work, and if management has to happen, somebody else can do it. So I went from one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum. Now I am in kind of wavering in the middle. Wavering is a terrible word. I'm focusing in the middle, realizing that these skills of program management, project management, are so needed in all these different aspects of my life, right? So if we look at the sacred masculine as the project management, right, the organizing effect, the kind of like left brain thinking. I mean, it's not necessarily masculine, but follow me out here. So this kind of hold of the project management is the chalice. And inside, this creative energy, this feminine force, this healing energy is held within that masculine hold. So within this hold, by creating a container of project management on my life, in my business, in my creative projects, and during Helix, all of this thing, if I can hold a project management hold of keeping things organized, keeping people, helping people know what the next steps are, putting schedules together, it can allow me within that space to flow and be creative and do the healing work that I want to do. So that's my spiel about these multiple parts of self, right? So this is my example. I'm wondering, are there examples in your life where you have had skills that you burnt out on, and then you go to the one side, and then you need to kind of find the center balance where all of your parts, all of your skills can kind of come in to balance. Like right now, it's great. I have years of experience doing advertising and building websites and doing promotions and things like that. And that's coming in very handy as we're putting a school together, as I'm promoting my own business, right? So I can put these skills that I learned and then I burnt out on to effect in my entrepreneurial parts of my business. So it's really interesting. So that's kind of my path. And I just kind of wanted to talk about that because I think it's helpful to know how people are navigating kind of like this midlife change, right? Like I did something for years. It wasn't making me happy. It wasn't supporting my life other than financially. It wasn't supporting me emotionally. It was burning me out. And it was making me kind of a pain in the neck to be around when I wasn't at work because I was so unhappy. And now I'm much happier, and I'm finding this balance between project management, therapy, creative endeavors, school, running a school, and it's really interesting. So it requires all of myself to show up. All right, let me know what you think. Thanks.